Welcome to Football Roundup with your host, Randy Silver. We break down the biggest sport that we love, the global game, football, or as Americans know, soccer. We have our weekend, September 3rd breakdown for you. What's the agenda? We go over all the different countries: England, Spain, Germany, France, Italy, North America, Saudi Arabia, UEFA. Match review, standings, storylines, injuries, transfers, and so much more. This weekend was amazing. This midweek, we had Champions League, Europa League. We know who's in the qualifying brackets in the groups now. We had all the domestic league games. Final weekend before we move on to international break for 2 weeks. We have so much to go over, so let's dive all into it for you. First, UEFA Champions League. We put out a video on this, plus UEFA Europa Conference League earlier in the weekend. It's going to be popping up right now, but it's right here, also be in the bio. If you want to see a full breakdown, check it out. We have Champions League coming back, Europa League coming back in 2 weeks. Just to show you the group stage draw, here are all the teams. Check out your favorite team. Group F is a group of death. Paris, Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle. Whew! Good luck there. Group stage draw for Europa League right here. And then you have your group stage draw for Europa Conference League. So we'll be doing midweek videos when these happen. So stay tuned, subscribe. Let's take you to Spain. Why are we going to Spain? We told you we'd keep you updated on the biggest news coming out of Spain. It's the Women's World Cup story. Unfortunately, what is the story? If you don't know about it, you've been living under a rock. It's the Spanish FA president kissing the woman Hermosa after the game while they were getting their ceremony, getting their medals. He should not have done this. He said it was consensual. She said not. It's taken away from everything from the game and Spain's achievement, winning their first World Cup. We told you we'd keep you updated with it because here at Randy Silver TV, Football Roundup, we believe in equality and rights, and this is not okay. So what's the update since last weekend? As we know, the women's football coaching staff resigned over the kiss. Spain's women's soccer players said they won't play until Luis Rubiales resigns, the Spanish FA president. Spain's administrative court have opened a case against Luis for a serious, but not very serious, whatever that means, breach of contract after his unsolicited kiss of Jennifer Hermosa after the World Cup final. Unfortunately, serious and very serious are two different stations, and actually matters in the court of the law and what can be done. Because it's only serious, not very serious, the Spanish government cannot suspend him from his position as president of the Royal Spanish Federation. However, after an investigation, depending what it comes out to, he still could be banned for a maximum of 2 years. In the statement, Rubiales acknowledged the decision to open the case and not classify his actions as very serious. He says he'll continue to defend himself to prove the truth against unprecedented political and media lynching. If TAD has ruled that the infraction is very serious, the government could have intervened immediately and suspended him from his role. Instead, he can potentially return to his presidency after a 90-day provisional suspension by FIFA. The Global Union for Professional Footballers has demanded change in a statement. We, the players, are stronger, more united, and more determined than ever. The systems are failing us. Governance is failing us. Accountability is failing us. Discrimination runs deep and occurs at every level. Spain's men's coach apologized for his actions the following the previous week. Luis de la Fuente said his actions were unjustifiable and the criticism he received was deserved. What was his actions? He applauded after Rubiales said he would not resign. He says, "I deserve the criticism. I understand it. I attended what I thought was a protocol event for the president to step down to turn into something else, which is not easy to digest. We were shocked. The situation got the better of me. It does not represent my values." This should be the lasting image. The Spain team right here celebrating the World Cup. Unfortunately, it's not, and we're still talking about the kiss that never should have happened. So we'll keep you updated as this gets developed. England. Let's get into this weekend's games, transfers, and so much more. Here's your England table. Top of the table right now is Manchester City, followed up by Tottenham, Liverpool, and West Ham round out your top four. Arsenal in fifth. Man City have not lost a game this season. Not good for the rest of EPL. You don't want City to get a big start. We know that they always end the season extremely strong. Last season, they won like the last 10 of 12 games, 10, 11 games, something like that. If that happens again, you're not going to catch them, especially since they already have a 2-point advantage over second place Tottenham. Rounding out the bottom three, Everton, Luton Town, and Burnley. Luton Town and Burnley came up from Championship last season, while Everton has been in the EPL. They've been the bottom 4, 5, 6 the past couple of years. Not looking good for them this season. They tied Sheffield United 2-2. We'll dive into some of the scores for you. On Friday, West Ham beat Luton Town 2-1. On Saturday, the big game, Everton finally scored goals this season to make it 2-2 against Sheffield United. Chelsea lost to Nottingham Forest 0-1. They looked like the same old Chelsea of last season. Man City thrashed Fulham 5-1, which was a big setback for Fulham, trying to compete for Champions League or Europa League this year. Brighton thrashed Newcastle 3-1. Newcastle don't look like the same team of last year, even with the investments that have come in over the summer. They got to figure this out, especially if they're in the group of death for Champions League. It's going to be rough. And then for today, the big game, Arsenal beat Man U 3-1, and we're going to dive in that game right now. Man U went up 1-0 in the 27th minute. This was 100% against the run of play. They did not, I guess, deserve the goal. Arsenal had the possession. Arsenal should have scored. The Havertz missed a sitter. He's not playing well since his move to Arsenal from Chelsea. Odegaard scored a minute later to get the goal back to tie it 1-1. And basically the game was 1-1 the rest of the game. Very midfield-esque game. And then we're going to show you what happened. 87th minute. Man U's in the black and white. Arsenal's in the red. You can see right here, Man U's about to get a breakaway. Guy in the middle is running through. He gets the breakaway on goal. Puts it away to make it 2-1. You think Man U's going to win the game. Unfortunately, they call this offside by the slimmer of someone's shoulder. He lost. And because he lost the offside challenge, now it's 1-1. 95th minute in extra time. 8 minutes of extra time. Corner kick. Ball falls to Rice. Arsenal's big signing over the summer. $100 million plus. Puts the ball away. Deflection off of Johnny Evans, who came back into the team. Signed with Man U 7 years after last playing for them. They have a lack of players on defense because they have injuries. They signed him. The team ended with Harry Maguire and Evans playing. Not who you want to win the EPL. And Rice gets his goal. He gets his moment in an Arsenal jersey. First couple games. Arch rival at home. He gets his moment. And this will only propel him and Arsenal to bigger and better things. But not to end there. A couple more minutes of stoppage time was added because of the celebrations. Jesus gets a breakaway. Does a cheeky step over to get the player down. Open goal basically. Puts it away. Arsenal goes on to win 3-1. Ten Hag, Man U coach, said, 1, he liked the performance. The result was on our side. Decisions were against us. Penalty was given but rejected. He thinks that it should have been a penalty on his striker. It didn't look like it to us. The foul on Holland, he says another penalty. Doesn't look like that should be a penalty there. And then the offside, so it was wrong angle. That's automated offside, so it really can't be. And then lastly, he thinks there's a foul on Johnny Evans on Rice's goal. So a lot of complaining there versus owning up and saying my team got beat. He also mentioned Jadon Sancho was not in the team for the weekend, that he needs to train harder. His training was not up to par, and he did not deserve to be on the bench or even playing. And that's what he says right here. Jadon, on his performance and training, we did not select him. He was not reaching the levels expected of a Man U player. Jadon Sancho replied on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that are completely untrue. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. He also thinks there's other reasons playing a part. He's going to work hard and continue to do. Sancho was assigned to Man U for about £73 million in 2021. He's had 12 goals and 82 appearances for them, so he's not living up to the hype of the money. Other games to go through quickly. Liverpool beat Aston Villa 3-0. Aston Villa's in Europa Conference League. Liverpool's in Europa League. So this is a competition Aston Villa should be used to playing, and unfortunately they did not show out here. Salah got his goal with all the transfer saga of him potentially go to Saudi Arabia. Liverpool said they do not want to send him over, and he hasn't personally said he does, so looks like he'll stay there. Nunez had an assist as well after his double goals last week, so he did a good job. City thrashed Fulham 5-1. Holland had his second hat trick. I have on my fantasy team. Let's go. Triple points. Also, Alvarez got a goal. Ake got a goal. Good team win from Man City. They did not even look like they got a second gear here, and it's scary for the rest of the EPL. Chelsea, we said, lost to Nottingham Forest 0-1. Nottingham Forest's goalie is Matt Turner, USA goalie. Got his first clean sheet ever in the EPL. Going international break. This is great for his confidence. Great for the team. Big on them to be a considered top 6 team in the EPL. Chelsea's team is still young. A lot of new players learning how to play together on the fly. Not a lot of time to practice. So you would think they get better throughout the season, but not where you would want to be, losing Nottingham Forest right before international break. Then a couple other keynote achievements for you. Brighton and Hobovian. Ferguson got a hat trick, 3 goals. He's under 20 years old. Chelsea sold him to Brighton, and now he got a hat trick, and you bought a bunch of players. Was it right to sell him? Not a good move there. Again, Newcastle not looking like the Champions League team that they are right now. And then for Tottenham, Son, also my fantasy team, got a hat trick as well. Tottenham win 5-2. They beat Burnley, newly promoted, and they're looking good with their new coach, Ange, really looking attacking and fierce versus playing defensive football. So here's your table again, so you can take a look after seeing all the scores. Let's look at some of the stats. Holland has the most goals in the EPL with 6. Ferguson has 4 after his hat trick, push him up the table. In terms of assists, Matoma with Brighton has 3. Neto has 3. Foden has 3. Ward-Prowse has 3, leading the pack. And then your goals plus assists, Holland's winning with 7. So he's the pack. He was the player of the year last year, and he's off to a great start again this year. Some big transfers for you to be aware of. September 1st was the transfer deadline. So what happened that you would be recognizable about from the England side here? A lot of young players going out to try to get experience. In addition, some players you may know. Alex Iwobi going from Everton to Fulham. He never really hit his stride at Everton after leaving Arsenal. Now he's going to Arsenal's rival Fulham for $26 million contract. We'll see how he does there. Hopefully he can pick it up. They could use some attacking help. And Divock Origi is coming back to the EPL. He was in Liverpool, helped them win Champions League. They now sent him to Milan. He wanted more playing time. He did not get the playing time there. Coming back to Nottingham Forest on loan. This will be big for Nottingham Forest. Help them up front, score some goals. Other players may recognize Mason Greenwood. You may know him as a former Man U player. He got in trouble with sexual assault. The charges got dropped, but it looks like he still did it. There's video showing he did it. The reason why he got dropped is the person he did it to, which is also his baby mama, said she won't testify, so technically they can't press, unfortunately. He's moving out to Spain, need to go to England and rebuild himself up. We'll see how that goes. Rob Holding, Arsenal defender for quite a while, is going to Crystal Palace. Just for you to be aware of. João Cancelo is leaving Man City to go to Barcelona. And some more transfers as well. And finally, some more transfers. Ansu Fati is leaving Barcelona to go to Brighton. He never really hit his stride there. He's still below 21. He was supposed to be the next Messi for Barcelona. So we'll see if he can revitalize his career at Brighton. And some more transfers. Again, September 1st was the last day, so a lot of transfers going through. Dean Henderson, goalie, going from Man U to Crystal Palace, is a big name here. France. Monaco's leading the French league with 10 points. PSG in second with 8. Marseille with 8. Reims with 7. Brest with 7. Lille with 7. Bottom of the table, you have Clermont Foot, Lens, and Lyon with 1. Lyon at 1 point is a shocker, having a terrible start to the season. Here are your scores from the weekend. Big score, of course, we're always going to check on the French league is PSG. They beat Lyon 4-1. Mbappe had 2 goals, started the game with a penalty goal, and then PSG, they're looking good. Hakimi got a goal, Asensio got a goal, they have Dembele now. So even though they lost Messi and Neymar, they have really done a nice job at rebuilding their attacking front, and they should be formidable. Obviously, they should win the French league, and we'll see how they do in Champions League. Mbappe is leading the French league in goals with 5. Sao Henrique has 4 assists, and Minamino has 6 assists and 6 goals total, so he is leading the pack. Transfers from the French league. Wijnaldum has gone from PSG to Saudi Arabia, Al Afek. His time at PSG after leaving Liverpool was not where you thought. Big money value. He was on loan as well. Went over the Italian league last season. The big transfer coming in is Randall Kolo Munani going from Frankfurt to PSG, be their new striker, helping the team out. Market value 82 million pound deal. So big deal right there for them. Here's some other deals going in. A name you may recognize is Kasper Schmeichel. He was the goalie for Leicester City when they won the EPL. His dad was the legend goalie for Man U. Was playing in Nice for the past couple of years. Now going free agent. Looks like he's going to a new country. Neymar made an admission that it was hell to play on PSG, be in Paris. Him and Messi did not like it. He was stoked that Messi won the World Cup with Argentina. He's happy for the year he had, but overall they were not happy in Paris and they needed to get out. Germany. Here's your German table. Leverkusen's winning with 9 points. Munich is tied with 9. Then it comes out to goal differential, and Leverkusen's +8 while Munich is +7. Stuttgart, Leipzig, Berlin round out your top 5. Darmstadt has 0 points. They need to get on the board, get a tire win. Mainz has 1 point, and then Mönchengladbach has 1 point, plus a couple other teams. So still a bunch of teams down below, but you want to have a point by this point of the season, 3 games in. Here are the scores from the weekend. Of course, we're going to touch on the Munich game and the Dortmund game. Munich won 2-1. They went down 1-0, was down 1-0 at half. They did not look like they played a good half at all. They haven't really looked like they played a solid game under Tuchel yet. Sané played really well for himself. The team did not play well, was very lively, fast, getting behind the defenders, got a goal in the 58th. And Tell scored his goal, the youngster, in the 87th minute. So good team win for Munich to get it out when they're not playing their best, but got to be worried about moving the Champions League in future games when they're really not playing as a good collective unit the full game. Dortmund are not playing good whatsoever. 2-2 tie. There's dysfunction on the team. They look like they're really missing Bellingham. They sell a lot of their players to make money, but they need to buy players back to fill the gaps, and they haven't. There's tension behind the scenes at Dortmund. In the summer, the coaching staff and the business partners, the people running the team, had disagreements on the squad planning, reusing Bellingham's money, and there's tension there. So we'll keep that updated with you throughout the season, especially as they move into Champions League. They're in the group of death. We'll see how they do. Who's running the Bundesliga? Guirassy has 5 goals. He has the most. Demirovic has 3 assists, while a couple other people have 3 assists. And then total goals plus assists, Boniface has 6, leading that pack. Here are some transfers coming in and out of the Bundesliga. We talked about Randall Kolo Muni leaving Bundesliga for the French league. Here are some other ones in here. Nels and Kaku going to Frankfurt. So Muni is leaving Frankfurt. And then Nkaku's coming in. You may recognize his name because his brother was a Chelsea striker. He went over there from the German league. However, he's hurt. Hasn't played quite yet. But he looks like he's a prodigy as well, just like his brother. American fans may recognize Jordan Pickford, Union Berlin. He's going to Gladbach. He lost playing time in Berlin. Hopefully it will help him get back in there, get back in the U.S. pecking order. Benjamin Pavard is going from Munich to Inter Milan. Italia. Here's the Italian table. Both Milan teams are tied at the top. Inter is above with goal differential at 8, while AC Milan has 6. Both have 9 points. Juve with 7 points. Lecce with 7 points. Atalanta with 6. Napoli with 6. And then Hellas Verona has 6. Bottom of your table is Empoli with 0. Calgary with 1. And Roma with 1. Roma has a draw and 2 losses. Not how you expect to start the season with the money they have, the players they have. Jose Mourinho is a coach, so that's something you're going to have to really see. Can they overcome this? You think they will, but not a good start. There's going to be some tension in the Roma locker room. Here are your scores from the weekend, so you can take a look at them right here. We're going to dive in a couple. Juve beat Empoli 2-0. Danilo got a goal. Chiesa got his goal. You can see McKennie started the game, which is great. Timothy Weah, another U.S. player, got in the game, so it's good to see that for the U.S. team, getting minutes in Italian league, and Juve 3rd place in the league. Inter 1-4-0. Have to shout out Martinez. He's having a killer start to the season. You'll see that when we show the top goal scorers. He had 2 goals in this game. Napoli lost to Lazio 2-1. This is a nice little rivalry in Italy. You can see Osman, the big scorer. They're not getting on the goal sheet today. Lazio had a nice little game here to get the W. Milan beat Roma 2-1. Pulisic did not score here, so breaks the streak of scoring games, but still have a nice little game up top on the right side of him, Giroud, and Leao. Giroud got a penalty goal to start the game. Leao got his goal right after halftime, 2-0. Benzema got a goal right towards the end of the game, but far too late. So here's your table again, so you can take a look. Top goal scorer in Italy right now is Martinez with 5 goals. Anderson's got 2 assists, tied with other people. And Martinez has 5 goals. Giroud has got 5 goals and assists. Martinez got 5 goals and assists total. Giroud's got 5 goals and assists total, leading the pack there. Here are some transfers coming in and out of Italy, so you can take a look. Again, we talked about Origi leaving Italy to go back to the EPL. Mexican football fans will recognize Lozano, top left, leaving Napoli after having a successful career there, going back to PSV where he started before Napoli. And a couple more transfers here for you to be aware of. Big name leaving Juventus is Leonardo Bonucci. Big man, been there on the defense for 10 plus years. He's leaving to go to Union Berlin. And then finally, some more transfers. The big one coming in, again, Romelu Lukaku going from Chelsea to Roma. Last year he was playing for Inter Milan on a transfer. Now he's going on a loan back to Italy to play for Roma. Spain. Couple more and we're almost done. Real Madrid leading the pack with 12 points, 4 wins, behind Bellingham's goals, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Granola in second, Barcelona in second, both with 10 points. Atletico Madrid, 7 points in fourth. They did not play Sevilla this weekend because it got delayed. There was rainstorms, bad weather, so they had to delay it. Usually they don't delay games, but it was pretty bad in Madrid, so they had to. Here are the scores from the weekend. Again, you can see here postponed delay, Atletico Madrid and Sevilla. Barcelona won 2-1 on Sunday. They did not play their best game. It was a very lethargic game by Barcelona. They went up 1-0 right at the halftime. Header off of a corner. But they played a pretty poor half. It was against the run of play. That looked like they should have got their goal. They missed a couple of chances. Moving into the second half, they did get their goal. It was a very well-taken goal. Inside, outside bend. Around 3 players. A keeper was unsighted. Really good goal there by Avila. And then Lewandowski got a penalty. It was looked at VAR. They gave it, and the player got a red card. Very questionable. And he put that away, as you would expect. And then they saw it the game with Osuna down the player. But this, again, was not Barcelona's best game. They've not played well consistently this season. New players came in. João Cancelo, João Felix, both Portuguese, getting into the game. Just transferred there, so good to get them some playing time. Madrid won 2-1 over Getafe. Bellingham got the game winner in the 95th minute. He went like this, celebrating. He loved it. He was so stoked. He talked about that's why he came. First game in Bernabeu after all the construction back in. It was loud, and he said that's what he dreamed of, and it was everything he imagined and more. He's been literally the bell cow for the Bellingham for Madrid this season. Look at Madrid players injured. Vinicius out, Courtois out, Mendy out, Militao out, Ceballos out. So they have a lot of their main starters out. They're only going to get better. So it's tough for La Liga to see them in first, and they're missing all these normal starters. A former Real Madrid player, Sergio Ramos, is on the verge of going back to Sevilla, his boyhood club. He started at. He was at PSG, not there anymore. Maybe came to MLS, maybe Saudi, and then good to go back to Sevilla. We talked about Bellingham killing it for Real Madrid. He tied Cristiano Ronaldo's record with Madrid goals, netted 5 times in the first 4 games with Real Madrid. He wasn't signed to score goals, but you don't have Benzema, you're missing Vinicius, other strikers are hurt, so he's been able to step up and playing more of an attacking role, and he's doing a great job for them. Top goal scorer, proving the point, Bellingham with 5. Most assists in the league, a couple people tied with 2, a lot of people tied with 2, and then goals plus assists, Bellingham in the lead with 6. Saudi Arabia, with all the investments, all the players there, we got to bring it up. Al Hilal is in the top of the league with 13 points. Al Tuan with 13 points as well in second, based off a goal differential. Al Ittihad with 12. And then Al Nassr, which is Ronaldo's team, has 9 points. Here are the scores for you to see, and we'll dive in a couple. Al Ittihad lost Al Hilal for the 3. Al Hilal is Neymar's team. He is not playing yet. He's still recovering from ankle surgery he had a couple of months ago. However, a lot of the players that were signed by both teams are here. We have Benzema scoring, Mitrovic scoring. You can see all the players out there. You want Neymar out there. You want to see the big name star and see how he does. Al Nassr won 5-1. Ronaldo got a goal. Mane got a goal. Good for both of them. Ronaldo's goal was also his 850th career goal. Just amazing in his career for him to still be scoring, and you'll see that in a second. 850 goals. You would not put it by him to potentially play another 4 or 5 years based off how he keeps his body, his health. Could he get to 900 goals? Yes. Could he get to 1,000? You know it's probably in his eyesight that he wants to get to. But 20 goals this season, times that by 5 for 100. He's like, that's basically another 7-8 seasons to get 1,000 goals. That might be tough. The big story coming out of Saudi Pro League is they want to sign Mohamed Salah. He does not want to go, apparently. Liverpool doesn't want to sign him or sell him. They're offering $150 million plus, and they're saying no. He has 2 years left in his contract. If he were to leave, most likely next season would be when he leaves. Ronaldo's leading the league with 6 goals. Mane in second with 5, so 1-2 punch there for Al Nassr. Garib has 4 assists, while Ronaldo's got 4 assists. So Ronaldo's got a total of 10 goals plus assists, just absolutely crushing it at his age in the league, regardless of where you're playing. Congrats to him. USA, Canada, and Mexico. Here's your Eastern Conference. You can see Miami is not last anymore at 22 points. Your magic number is probably 41, 42 points to make playoffs. There's about 10, 11 games left in the season, so Miami's still got a lot of work to do with Messi. And here's your Western Conference. Here are the games from the weekend, so you can see all the scores right here. There's also a couple games Sunday night. After we film, these are here. Go check out LAFC and Inter Miami. Messi's first game playing in the MLS in LA. You know the stars will be out to watch that game. Leading the pack is Mukhtar with 14 goals in MLS. Second in assist is Thiago Almada with 13. And then goals plus assists, Almada has 22 leading the pack. Moving into the next 2 weeks, we have international games, not just friendlies. There are friendlies, but there are also competitive games. You have Kambola. You have CONCACAF Nations League. You have European qualifying. So some big games here for Euro qualifying. France and Ireland. Northern Ireland, Slovenia. Serbia, Hungary. Netherlands, Greece. African Cup of Nations are happening. Nigeria versus Uganda is going to be a really fun game. Other games, Uruguay, Chile, Brazil, Bolivia, CONCACAF Nations League against more of the smaller teams here. More European games. You're going to have Georgia, Spain. Good to see Spain out there and see how the men play with everything going on with the women game. Slovakia, Portugal, Ronaldo playing there. And more African Cup of Nations games. MLS is still happening during this, so Miami will have to play without Messi for a couple games, and here's some of the games happening there. Other European qualification games, Portugal, Luxembourg. Ronaldo's the king of Luxembourg. He had a couple goals last time. He scores every time against them, so expect nothing less. And some more games. And now there are a bunch of international friendlies as well. Get some younger players some opportunity to play, get some caps for people. USA will be playing, so of course we'll have recaps for you on the USA game, and we'll have recaps for you on all these games and keep you up to date. So that is your football roundup for the weekend, September 3rd. So much happened, so many games, so many stories. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on everything football roundup, special highlights, special games, everything you need to know. We also do basketball roundup, MMA roundup, and American football roundup. So it's a good subscribe. We'll keep you updated on all the global sports. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games coming up, and we'll see you next time. Out.